In the previous episode, I had said that being a leader is a high-stakes juggling act, and that leadership skills are not easily learned. One such skill is knowing and understanding everyone's role and helping them fulfill it to the best of their abilities, as success or failure can have huge impacts on both the individual and community levels. I can imagine some of you in the audience thinking, that's just delegation, the core to the very concept of leadership. But To Change a Changeling gave us a real glimpse into what it means to understand everyone's role and the importance of being able to do so for those in Thorax's position, but also how to balance and apply your role in the community for those who can relate to Pharynx. Thorax said it himself.
I know he's an aggressive warrior type,
And he definitely meant it in a bad way. After all, an aggressive warrior type has no place in a peaceful community, especially after having liberated themselves from an aggressive warrior type leader. There's absolutely no need to fight anymore, and we can finally lead peaceful lives, right? Aggressive warrior types are off-putting, aren't they? They have intense personalities. They often pick the quickest and most brutally efficient way to tackle a problem or a threat. There's not always consideration for the collateral damage. In the presence of a warrior, those who are not are often uncomfortable. After all, what if they turned that destructive power towards you? Pharynx embodied this effect quite well, with the way that he harassed the rest of the hive and clung to the old ways under Chrysalis. He thrived when he could do his job in the most brutally efficient way possible. So why shouldn't he be ousted? He only reminds the changelings of how horrible they used to be. But then, what's the plan for when some type of predator poses a threat to your family or your community? After all, predators are attracted to the prey that they know won't harm them. Or now that we are peaceful, do we need to roll over to the things that would steal our livelihood and harm those we care about? One of the biggest problems comes when a community and its leaders don't understand the importance of warriors. In peaceful societies, it's easy to see them as expendable or their strength as unnecessary. But a warrior being shunned by those that they desire to protect is one of the greatest pains you can put them through. Warriors are versatile and can be cunning and efficient in ways that normal people cannot. They can endure harsh conditions and absolute perils that would kill normal people. And above all else, they have a deep, innate desire to do these things for their families and communities. Being a warrior means having the desire to sacrifice yourself to give those you care about a better life. Why would you not want warriors in your community? Thorax couldn't connect the dots of how Pharynx acts now to how he protected Thorax when they were younger. He also couldn't understand how the assertiveness and aggression that Ember taught him could extend to Pharynx and his role in the hive. It wasn't until after the fight with the Mawwerf that Thorax understood Pharynx's mentality and methods, or that under the aggression was someone who not only wanted to help the hive, but, at the time of the episode, may have been the only person who could help the hive. This is a problem that I am all too familiar with myself. I took a lot of influence from my own older brother, who was very similar to Pharynx in some ways. And in some ways, I've become a lot like Pharynx myself because of my older brother. Make no mistake though, none of what I am about to say excuses what my older brother has put my family through in any capacity. That's another point I'll expand on in a minute. However, when I was a child, and my lack of social skills and self-awareness were not being treated, and I had no friends because of it, my older brother was the only one who was willing to stand up for me, as well as give me the harsh words and physical discipline I needed to set me on the path to becoming stronger and learning those essential life skills. Despite the way that I was treated and the struggles that came with the path that I went down, if it had not been for him, I may have never become independent or even functional. And there are a lot of people that I've been able to help because I had to go through a few years of
Stop hitting yourself! Why are you hitting yourself?
And this does not always just apply to fighting. Being a warrior can apply to nearly all walks of life. And further still, we see that being a warrior sometimes comes down to a matter of choice, and the warriors in our life can teach us how to be like them, because it is not reasonable to assume that there will not be predators in life, and it is not reasonable to assume that there will always be someone there to protect you. So you must understand that the best protector you can have will and should always be yourself. As promised when I referenced my own brother, this does not absolve Pharynx of responsibility as a warrior either. The way Pharynx attacked his own friends and family didn't encourage them to become stronger. It just made them afraid of his strength, causing him to be ostracized and self-inflicting that worst possible pain that I had mentioned. A warrior must understand and balance the virtues of each of the elements of harmony. The choice to be strong is a choice that those we're protecting must eventually make for themselves, and that being strong will mean something different for each person. If you fail, or otherwise choose to forego this empathy, then you will become what Pharynx was before he transformed. Or, like my older brother was to me. Toxic, abusive, destroying everything that you claim to care about. The very predator that you once sought to protect your family against. Thorax needed Pharynx to protect him until he could become the leader that the changelings needed. Thorax needed Pharynx even after he became a leader to help the changelings remember the strength that they were capable of, as well as how to utilize it. Pharynx needed the hive to fulfill his purpose, for what good is the strength to protect if there is nothing to protect? How will those we care about ever learn to protect themselves if we never show them how while they are helpless? That would only leave using his strength for his own selfish gain, and that would make him a monster much worse than the Malwerf. When they were all able to band together as a community, they were able to accomplish a level of trust and safety that can only come when you have strong bonds of friendship, community, and family. We've seen it many other times with all of the other characters in this show. We've seen it many times in real life. So be sure to appreciate the warriors in your life and understand that they are there for you. Make the choice to become strong so that you can be like them and you can protect yourself. And then you can protect others in turn. Or, if you are already the aggressive warrior type, be sure to stay strong and patient for those you care about, and then maybe you'll be able to do the same. And that's the moral of the story. If you have any comments, critiques, or suggestions, you can send me a message by following Brawny Buck on Tumblr or Brawny Debates on Twitter. This video was supported by all of my generous backers on Patreon and Subscribestar, especially Shady Oak, Titanverse Studios, Easy Mode Gamer, DJ Skywalker, Raincoon, Calbeck, Auto Knight, Michael, Star Chaser, Emerald Spencer, Kanto, Alicia, Alden, Senko, Princess Heather Blossom, Venture Core, Billy Henline, Willie Zinn, Icanus Gorilla, The Raptor's Talon, Jimmy D. Banthrall Jr., and Sid McConroy. Be sure to check out all of their content links in the description. You can also see how you can join them in supporting my channel and what you would get in return. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from all of you soon.